Welcome to the demo on how to extend the Netconf notification support in SDN-R. Uh, I will touch base on how the Netconf notifications are handled in SDN-R and how to extend it. Uh, if you see from this flow, these two green boxes are for the if you wanted to add support for any new netconf notifications, then these two green boxes which you need to write, and that we need to hook it into the ORAN network element. Okay, let's see how exactly the flow. Any RAN element, be it RU, CU, or DU, which generates the netconf notification uh, on the SDN-R side. So this is the typical flow. So first it will lands on device manager ORAN IMPL class, and uh, and uh, and after that it will go to the ORAN network element class. In the ORAN network element class, based on the netconf notification, it will delegate it to the corresponding notification listener, and notification listener will contain the complete business logic of what it has to do with that particular notification. uh, Let us say it can do two things. Uh, One, it can write it into the DB directly. It can be any table or anything like this, or it can convert into the WES event and it can publish into the DMAP. So this is the typical flow. So new for any new netconf notification handling, we need to write these two classes typically. One is the notification listener, which contains the business logic of what we need to do with the netconf notification, and next one is the uh, event to the WES mapper. With this, I will show how exactly the classes are being organized. So So in this demo, I'm just planning to show one of the YANG file which we are using. So this use case is primarily on the performance management side of uh, ORAN. So basically, in the PM workflow, it has to generate the notify file ready event, and upon receiving that notification, and SMO has to do certain actions. So this YANG file is basically a extension of ORAN file management YANG, and it defined two notifications. If you see here, one is the notification which is notify file ready, and there is another notify file preparation error if there is any. So this notification will contain as per the structure like this. So these are all the fields within that. So any netconf notification which is being generated follows the YANG file, and it follows the corresponding conventions which are defined in the YANG. So in order to handle this on the SDN-R side, so this is the basically whatever I am showing is the CCSTK features repo. So this is the path of that. So device manager ORAN SC ORAN or UFS YANG, and we need to keep that particular YANG file here in this structure and do a maven build. The maven build which generates the corresponding Java classes, so with the help of ODL YANG tools library. So if you see here, these are the corresponding Java files which are generated based on the YANG. So our interest is the file management listener. So if you see here, this has the two notifications defined. This is an interface. So we extended this particular interface, and this contains the complete business logic of what we are going to do with that particular notification. So initial information is primarily about initialization of this, and this is the on notify file ready. So upon receiving that, what it has to do, if you see here, we are doing two things here. One is preparing the west event and writing it to the west collector. That is the one part, and the second part is writing it to the DB, one of the table in the DB. So for the west event we need to create we need to we should be able to convert that event to the west event. For that, in this case, we have created a new file which does the mapping. So if you see here, ORAN file notification to the west notification, this converts into the west event, and finally that will be submitted to the west collector. So this is the one part, and the other one is uh, write it into the event log table. That's it. So with that, we have just seen like where to place the YANG file and how to write the code, corresponding code, listener code, to put the business logic of that. So I will show you a small demo of whatever the code which I have shown now. So the prerequisite for this is there is a AMCOP deployment, which AMCOP which acts as a ORAN SMO, and there is a simulator which connects to the AMCOP. The simulator is nothing but Netconf server with required YANG files. Okay. So we are going to trigger now. We are going to generate uh, a file ready notification. We have written a small program for that, and I'm executing that, and I'm just planning to show like this is the Netopia CLI where we are listening, subscribe to all the notifications, and here we are seeing the west collector logs. Let me just first trigger the notification. Okay. So notification triggered. On the Netopia CLI, we have received the notification, and on the SDN-R side, we would have received the notification. Now let's check the west collector logs. So these are the west collector logs. So SDN-R converted the received notification into the west event and published it to the west collector. So this is what the west event for that, and it also written into the event log table. So let's quickly check the event log table from the UI. If you see here, so it has written that event to the DB, and we are able to see that. So that's the end of the demo. Thank you.